you get a script put right down in front of you, how do you know that is the project for me to go on and produce?
Well, I want to go see it. That's the key. If I'd like to go see it, I'll make it. I don't know what you like. I don't know what anybody else likes. I know what I like.
So you just trust your instincts and you think that is the project?
You got it.
And how was the whole filming process? Was there any hitches? Was there any crazy things that happened?
Always hitches. You never have, we were filming for a long time. It was hot. We had a lot of windstorms, sandstorms, so 120-degree heat. Not quite as humid as here, but it was much hotter.
And you've collaborated obviously with Johnny on many films. What makes him the amazing actor that he is?
He's his imagination. He's such an inventive actor. I mean, the stuff that's on the page, he creates that. He doesn't do what's on the page. He creates something really special every time. He creates these brilliant characters.
There's going to be younger kids out there that don't know a bit about the Lone Ranger. Can you explain to them what it's about?
Yeah, this is basically the story of a guy who comes back to the Wild West, his home, as a lawyer, a barrister, and he basically is going to bring with him a sense of legal due process, but quickly realizes that he has no idea how this world works. And thanks to Tonto, his guide, he's able to go from being a nerdy kind of attorney-type character to the mass vigilante, the Lone Ranger. And it's a lot of fun.
And it must have been a lot of fun doing all the stunts. How were you doing them? Were they hard, challenging?
Yeah, they were all hard. They were all challenging. A good majority of them were painful, but at the same time, we were having too much fun to say no.
You got a few cuts and bruises there.
Yeah, a little banged up, but all in a day's work.
Tonto for me was a kind of a combination, of how do I take a character that needs to be funny or entertaining in some way, but also put in my personal salute to the Native Americans and portray them with a dignity and a gravity, befitting a warrior. So that was really my biggest challenge, the tightrope between gravity and humor.
So why don't you tell us about the filming process? How did you find it?
It was incredible. It was, discovering an incredible landscape of these different states, and we went to New Mexico and Colorado and Utah and Arizona, and so for me, coming from Devon, was incredible, and I got to...
A bit different.
Yeah, a little bit different, from the green rolling hills to suddenly epic red sanded canyons, and we're there playing cowboys, but in an adult way, so that involves actually learning to ride a horse instead of a broomstick, and actually learning to do all these different things that they would have done for real, rather than when you were 7 doing it in your back garden, which is why I probably wanted to do this in the first place. So it was like this weird full cycle, but it was good.
And can you explain a bit about your character to us?
Crikey O'Reilly. Well, it's not for me to say, really. I just sort of
some hints.
Chucked in some ingredients to see what came out. He's from the wrong side of the tracks, really. He's a baddie cowboy, and he's like a little clown with an ice pick. He's sort of strange. He's a strange one, and he's a baddie. Don't mess with him. He's nasty.
It must be exciting to play, no?
It's great. He's weird. He lives by his own rules, and he's sort of he's an anarchist, isn't he? He does what he wants. So it was fun.
Tell me a bit about why you wanted to be involved with the Lone Ranger.
Well, I was just always fascinated by the relationship story, and sort of exploring this, Sancho Panza, Don Quixote thing, and saying, okay, well, what if we made, Tonto more relevant and sort of told the story from his perspective, and that allows you to kind of pervert and corrupt things.
So you've collaborated with Johnny a couple of other times. What makes your collaboration so strong, and why do you like working with him?
Well, he's just such a tremendous actor. I mean, and when we're not working, we're just good friends, and we like a lot of the same things, so we develop a shorthand.
Tell me a bit about your character and your involvement in the Lone Ranger.
I play Rebecca Reid, who is she married to Dan Reid, who's the brother of John Reid. So there's a slight unrequited love theme going on with me and the Lone Ranger, and that I really should have married him rather than the more dangerous brother. But I get kidnapped by the baddies, and it's down to John and Tonto to rescue me and save the day. So.
And how were you learning all the stunts and all the action? Was it a bit daunting?
It was a bit intimidating doing stunts. I've never done them before, but I love them. I'm a bit of a tomboy, so any excuse to sort of throw myself off something, I quite enjoy.
So, tell me about the Lone Ranger. How was it filming on location and being the baddie that you are?
Am I the baddie? I haven't watched the movie. It was very
I hope you are.
incredibly hot in the middle of the desert in New Mexico, and the conditions sort of couldn't have been worse. If you're averse to very great heat, but it's dusty. You're filming in a desert, and it's dusty and windy and really all around horrible.
And so explain a bit about your character to everyone out there, what he's about.
He's building a railroad across the United States, and he has this vision of the United States which is connected by railroads and stuff like that. So it's an important vision.
And so did you enjoy the whole filming process with Johnny Depp? How was working with him?
I didn't do an awful lot with Johnny Depp, but the bit I did was, he's an admirable fellow, and I hope to repeat the experience